Well, hi everybody. I decided I wanted more pain and suffering. My name is Isaac, so I brought a Bears fan on after that terrible freaking loss, and I decided, I'm glutton for punishment. But no, it's because I love Peter. He's awesome. So I brought Peter on. This is Isaac on football because Twitter sucks. I still have my name back. But we're going to talk a little Packers and Bears tonight, everybody. If you want, Peter, I hadn't thought about this, but we could hit the other games from last weekend too, and then preview the divisional round if you're good with that. Because
Yeah,
there was
sounds
some,
good.
there was a lot of competitive games wildcard weekend. I was pretty impressed with everything.
Yeah.
But everybody, again, I'm Isaac on football. Please go like and subscribe. I will drop the links in the bottom in a second. But well, let's just start where it is. How does Matt LaFleur keep his job after that? Just riddle me that. I want to
Honestly,
know. I want to
because you
know.
guys got to the playoffs again, even dealing with the injuries,
That,
I've
are we?
seen I've seen
Th-
lesser coaches have teams fold on them after the Denver game and what happened to you guys.
yeah,
So
that's
I
fair.
honestly think even making the playoffs was some level of achievement.
I get that, but if we're gonna be named Title Town and our bar is championships, which for me it should be, and for Packers fans it should be, considering our history. Same should be for you guys too. This ownership's been terrible until
Yeah,
I mean you got the right coach in QB now, but it's been too many years.
right.
But the Packers are going to get back to that, and they've got a talented team. And I know they had some key injuries. I don't see this guy getting us there. Somebody made a good
Yeah,
point. Let's see where he goes with Micah. I get it. But I just don't trust him to protect the lead. This wasn't a one off. It happened 3 times against you guys. Even
hmm
with Micah, we almost blew a lead, a big lead.
yeah,
We blew a second game. It wasn't 21-3. It was double digits, I think. We blew multiple leads this season. We couldn't protect a lead after week 3.
yeah. That's fair.
So,
I guess the other way I was thinking with it is not necessarily that you guys need to lessen your expectations because I wouldn't want to see that happen or whatever. I've enjoyed like the rivalry being back and such. Um, but you, to expect a coach to be able to have the same level of consistency and like production in the playoffs when you have, and I love who Jordan Love is as a person, don't get me wrong, and he's played well enough at times.
oh
He's
yeah,
not Farber Rogers. So
no,
to
but
expect that
he's
same
still,
level of achievement
yeah,
from a coach when you have less talent around the coach, I don't think that's necessarily fair either.
I agree. That's fair. I can agree with that. That's fair. He
Yeah.
still is talented though. He's still a good quarterback. Like
Oh yeah.
Caleb, I think he outplayed Caleb overall in the game, not in the second half, but he's still a pretty good quarterback, honestly. Like
Yeah.
he could have made the Pro Bowl this season. Love could have over Darnold. He outplayed him. His squad wasn't as good, but if you compare stats, he outplayed him this year. I'm not gonna sit here and say Jordan Love is a Hall of Famer and all this
Right.
baloney. He's not. He might not ever be, but he still threw for 320 yards, 4 TDs, and our defense gave up 25 points in the fourth quarter. Like, what is
Yeah.
that? What is that?
Well,
You know?
okay, let me ask you a hypothetical with that then. And not to like dredge up old wounds here or whatever, because there's
No, no,
plenty
no.
of
We're hitting the
recent
game. It's
ones.
okay. We're hitting the game. Let's just do it. It's fine.
Um,
I can take it.
how much like take the time where like you guys ended up losing to the 49ers on the blocked punt and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the defense and everything gave up points in the end of that game,
Uh huh.
but Rodgers never got the offense past midfield the entire fourth quarter either.
So some of that's got to fall on Rodgers, but I feel like when you've got I'd put 50% on Rodgers. The defense played lights out. Okay, let's slice that pie up. 20% special teams, 40% Rodgers, 40 LaFleur. Chicago could win
Okay.
this game. I'm leaning Rams, but I wouldn't be shocked if the Bears won, and that's taking bias out of it. Stafford, it's if Nakua and Devontae are healthy, that's a pretty freaking tough squad, but they got to play better than they did against Carolina if they want to beat y'all for
Yeah.
real. But
No, taking the homerism out of it, obviously I would love for the Bears to win just to make Devontae Adams be quiet too. Um,
For real,
but
right?
but
Especially for you.
the
But
the
no, that
the
San Fran
one
game's that's a great point, man. Like that Rodgers had Aaron Jones and Devontae Adams in their prime and only could get 10 points in
yeah
Lambeau. That's unacceptable.
yeah
That was a legacy indictment game for me, where I'm
yeah
like,
agreed.
broski, you got to do better than this.
Yeah, and I honestly think, and this is one that I had actually agreed to come on because I wanted to ask you specifically. I honestly
Yeah.
think between that game and what just happened with the abomination of an effort in Pittsburgh, um, do you think he's dropped from first ballot to just a Hall of Famer?
No, I still think he's first ballot because I think Stafford's first ballot.
Interesting. Okay.
I'd have both of them first ballot, to be honest with you. Rodgers, to me, talent is top 5 all time, but because of his postseason performance, he's closer to like 10, 8, 9.
Okay.
I don't know. Like you
I
could
can see
argue
that.
6, but he's like closer to 10 for me. But he was freaking great. But he reminded me of Peyton Manning. This is an indictment to Rodgers, so I shouldn't even compare James Harden because he never won a ring. But he was so historically great in the regular season, like Peyton. And
Hmm.
then clearly there was a drop in the playoffs. Whereas Tom Brady, not his whole career, but was pretty freaking amazing regular season, but then had another gear in the playoffs. Like Michael
Yeah.
Jordan. Jordan was among the best players ever, and what made him the GOAT was he had another gear for the playoffs.
Right.
For the finals, even. But in the playoffs, he could go average 40 a series. That last freaking series against the Jazz, I got to look it up, but I think he averaged damn near 40 at 35 years
Yeah.
old. And
Yeah.
Scotty was dinged up for the last 2 game and the game before that in that series. That was wild. And they
Yeah.
knew
I
he
want to
was
say it
getting the
was
ball.
38-6 if memory serves.
Let me check it out, actually. Jordan average. Oh, I'm curious. Oh, wow. 33 and a half. I'm surprised, but he had 45 the last game. He must have had a bad game or two. But
Oh no, you know what it was? Because that was the year where the Jazz had the home court or whatever. Game
yes,
3, the first one in Chicago, we won by 45, and he didn't play the last quarter and a half.
that's true. And if he had another game in the 20s, I could see it, you know?
Yeah.
So, it's just like Rodgers didn't have. I'm going to take bias out of it. Arm talent, one of the most talented quarterbacks I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But he had too many postseason failures, and they're starting to fall on the floor now. Where he got to a conference championship, his first game. I know he's made the playoffs 6 out of 7 times. That's great, but it's starting to feel like what Tomlin felt like recently, where it's like, okay, can we do a little more? He's only
Yeah.
won one playoff game since Rodgers, hasn't won the division, and I know these are high bars, but I just really question the guy's
Yeah.
game management in crunch situations, which is the playoffs and big
That's fair.
games. That's where I'm at. I know he's a good coach. I just
Yeah.
wonder if he's the coach to take us where we want to go. Coming back next year with Tucker Kraft and Micah Parsons, and if they can figure out some of these receivers, they're going to be one of the favorites to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Just being honest. I mean, their defense was one
Yeah.
of the best. They're going to be among the top 8 to 10 teams.
But
But
that's
with
also assuming
Chicago,
Halfley comes back, though.
that's true. Although there are other guys. I mean, while I like Halfley, there was something Halfley did a lot this year where he went super conservative fourth quarter, and it burned us a
Yeah.
lot.
But I think
And
that's
after Micah
also
got
just
hurt
product of first year coaching in general. I mean,
second year, but fair. But he did get a lot of our defense both years. But when Micah went down, this defense had no answers other than the first 3 quarters against y'all. You
Yeah.
got to close, man. Like, I could put some of this on Love, and he deserves some, but he didn't give up 25 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, exactly.
Our
Like
defense
I
was
think that's where a
atrocious,
lot of the
dude.
fans are like overreacting because if you like you even said you'd only put 40% on Rodgers. People I've seen online are saying this was like 80% on Love. It's like no, like y'all weren't even in the game if he doesn't have the first half. He does.
I think 10% on Love. I mean, he had a bad second half, but I think
Yeah.
more of it's on the floor, Halfley in the defense and the kicking.
Yeah,
McManus has
I would
got
agree.
you got. I would cut him now. I'm pissed, but you don't want to overreact. But that was terrible. He gave up the game. It was, but special teams has continued to be a problem for us. I
Right.
wasn't expecting a Super Bowl run with this squad without Micah. I wasn't. I'm not. I even if we had won this game, I knew we'd be an underdog in Seattle.
Yeah.
You know, like you guys are an underdog to the Rams in Chicago.
Which is wild to think about, but you know what? It worked out once already. I can deal with being it again.
True story. So my other thoughts on this was I was wildly impressed with some of Caleb's throws. I wanted if this guy can get more accurate down the field, holy crap, he's going to be good.
Yeah.
He could only hit Loveland down the field. Did you notice that?
I mean, he's hit DJ a couple times pretty well.
Most of his throws to DJ, Rome, I know he hits a KS on that one wide open TD, though. That was easy. I mean, like, anybody should hit that throw. There was no one effing there on defense.
Yeah.
Nobody was there. I was watching the game. I was like, this is some of the worst game management and coaching I've ever seen. Like that fourth quarter, it was like we were playing to not lose, and that's how you lose.
Yep.
The good teams. Chicago's a good team. Y'all are good. Caleb's left throw it was a shoestring, but getting his ankles wrapped and jumping out of that and throwing it. I agree, Dad. That's my dad.
Yeah.
That was awesome, man.
Yeah.
I was with Janae. I was at her house with her and her husband, and she was pissed. And I was just like, that was such a sweet throw.
Yeah.
Like, damn, man.
No, I saw the videos. That was a beautiful reaction.
It really was. I'm gonna ask him if you want to join. He's gonna be in a lot of pain.
Okay.
What's up, Jason? Let me know if you want to join. I sent you a Facebook.
What up, brother?
I'm not going to do a massive panel, but if any Packers fans want to join this
So,
and experience our pain, but I'm planning at the 20-minute mark ish. I want to pivot to Bears Rams.
Okay.
Let's start there, and then you can pick. I don't care. I'd love to talk. I want to talk all the games.
Yeah, absolutely.
We could hit a little bit of last weekend, but I want to talk all four of these. This is the last weekend. We're gonna have 4 games for a minute. So
yeah.
What were your other thoughts on the game?
While we wait on him to decide, then I've got the 2 wonderful jokes / lines I've been saving up for you specifically.
I'm so excited.
So,
can you see the excitement on my face?
Obviously, they're talking about like the Packers going to Cancun, but unfortunately, you have some really bad news. Is y'all only got halfway there?
I have thoughts for you, but okay, what's the next one, buddy?
You have thoughts on that one. You're not going to like this one a whole lot either. Have you ever played tennis at all, or know about it at least?
Yes, I've played it.
So what do tennis and the NFL playoffs have in common?
What do they have in common?
Love means nothing.
Oh, that was good. I like it. That was pretty good. Okay, on Jordan Love. You know why I want a new coach? Him and LaFleur both seem to get complacent when they have a lead. He needs another guy to get them. If they're not going to do a coach, he needs a different OC or QB coach. But I think it's a head coach to get him motivated, because when he's hot, he's like Baker. He can be on fire. Like he was first half. He was.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes cold, and he just gets too relaxed. I need to see more. He's got more. He's not a scrambler, but he can make a lot of the throws Rodgers and Favre can. And I would like to see better receivers. Golden flashed a little. I would love to see us try to upgrade receiver. I know it may not happen.
Yeah.
We might just be bringing
if Dobbs walks too.
Exactly. Dubs was pretty good this year, but you know, I would love to see our offense with Watson healthy for a whole season. That never happens though.
Yeah.
So I'm not banking on that, but I'd like to see us go get another receiver or Tucker Kraft. That would have been, he was playing awesome. But so some of it's on the receivers too, but Love seems to, in the whole offense, whole team just seem to completely let their foot off the gas. And this happened so many times this season.
Yeah.
They are such a hot and cold team, and I'm over it. That falls on the floor to me. And I mean the
Yeah,
players too.
that's
It
fair.
does. But that's where I'm done with the floor because you can't do that with good teams. You guys are known for coming back this season. We should have known better. It almost felt like we were trying to let you guys back in the game. And I was like, what in the heck are you doing?
Yeah.
I want to say the other word.
Yeah.
But dude, it's like you can't play that way. You're playing scared, man.
Yeah.
I thought personally, I still think we have more talent than you guys, but you had more teeth in that one. It did. You had more
Yeah.
teeth. You had more grit than we did, and that one it did.
Yeah.
Rome wasn't 100. I know that makes an impact.
Yeah.
But we punched you guys in the mouth, and you guys had the answer, and we didn't.
Yeah, I would say even more than Rome not being 100. I would say if either Jalen or especially Kyler were 100, that's a very different game, and you guys don't score anything in the second half.
I agree. I agree, dude. I do. But
Yeah.
you know, man, I don't know. Hold on a second.
Is like, well,
Okay.
the one thing, and this was actually one last one that's like completely just semi-biased pro Bears I wanted to bring up and everything. Like people have been saying, like, well, the Packers had injuries and everything like
Me
that.
too.
And I'm not denying they did. Of course they did.
Oh yeah,
Um,
we our injuries were like losing Kraft and losing Wyatt and then losing Tom. But Parsons and Kraft were the two that killed us. But we
yeah,
lost our best defensive lineman and our best offensive lineman. It just
yeah. I guess the only thought, and this isn't like necessarily comparing the two defenses because just pure paper talent, like your guys is better and everything. Um, the Bears day one starting defense didn't play a single snap together all season, and we had 11 wins in the regular season alone.
Oh, okay.
So injuries are like, I get the timing of your guys' injuries sucked, but in terms of the overall impact on injuries, I don't think there's really something that can be compared there because we had the most games lost to injury of any team and still won the division. And still won, not just won the division, won the only division where every team was over 500.
That's true. Good
At
point.
some point, that's not luck anymore.
No, you guys are a good team. I still think I question how great you are now, but I see the potential for the future. Like
Yeah.
I think you guys, the reason why I thought we could win that game was the first half. We were up 21-3. You guys come out really flat, and I think a better team than us would have put their foot down on the neck and been like, heck no, you're gonna lose. We just were not disciplined enough. That's my biggest problem. It's lack of discipline.
Yeah.
We still have a lot
that's
of
fair.
freaking talent. We're a deep team. We've got a lot of talent, but I still question if you guys are like, you know, going to be able to do it even with Washington last year and make the conference championship. But you do got a divisional round game at home. This is way ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
If Caleb can get a little more accurate,
Mhm.
damn, it's going to be good. But he still makes he's making some great plays. The running game is there. The defense is the problem. But in spurts, they can play well, and that might be enough to win another game or two. Maybe.
Yeah.
It might.
Agreed.
I got to be honest, man. I like Seattle. They're a good squad, but a Sam Darnold led team is going to scare me. So I see the NFC is fairly open. San Fran, if they can overcome Kittle after losing Bosa, that's even more injury depleted than us.
Right.
That's wild. But if they can overcome Bosa and Warner, because he's still out, he might come back for the following week. But Warner's still out. You know how important him and Bosa are. And freaking Kittle, and they beat the Seahawks. That's impressive.
It is, but then I 100% want that rematch because we almost got them in their stadium, and now they would have to come here in January.
Okay, we could keep alluding back to the Packer Bear game. It's 20 minutes in. Let's pivot. Let's talk your Bears Rams. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So that's the last game of the weekend, and my aunt, who it's her death date on Sunday, her team was the Broncos, so I'm excited for that game. I was thinking Bills because of Josh Allen, but we'll hit that. We're gonna hit all four, everybody. So Jason, we're gonna pivot. He likes the Rams. Anybody watching? I know the Twitter's gone. Sorry. I'm working on trying to get it back. I'm trying to get it back. But all right, Bears Rams. This is a hell of a game.
It is.
Rams are favored by 4 right now. Temperature's 23 degrees. I've heard it's the wind chill's going to bring it down to how low is it?
Like 8.
Yeah, it's not like the coldest game on record, but it's getting pretty freezing. So it's going to be like the wind chill's going to make it like 20, 25 degrees below zero. Going to be cold. That could hurt the Rams with their passing attack, but they do have Kyron Williams. They've got Stafford. I wonder if your defense can slow this team down. This is the number 1 point offense in the NFL. Second in yards, second in passing. They're balanced though, man.
They
7th
are.
in rushing.
Yeah.
How are you going to slow that team down?
The one thing that I think really even gives them a chance to slow them down in terms of when we're on defense, is the fact that like the matchup last week, your guys' top receivers are all built off of like speed and like sharp cuts and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, Nakua and Adams are fast, but they're more route runners than necessarily like the straight up vertical threats. And that's the type that Jalen especially does better against at this point than the pure speed guy.
Okay. I can see that.
So I think that would be the one shot we have with it is, I mean, I would take him and Devontae over anyone that you guys have, but it's a different type of receiver too. And I think that changes how lopsided to some level the matchups are within it.
Well, I think your offense is going to have some success against them. Their defense is decent. Yours is not that great, but we know they can play good in spurts. Theirs gets after the passer, but their run D is their strength. Their 12th. Your run offense is your strength. I think that's going to be your key is keeping Stafford off the field, running the ball in a cold game. We thought that was going to happen last week, though, and both rush offenses were pretty much stalled out. It became one-dimensional on both sides, in my opinion. I felt like mostly Jacobs, I mean, he had a few decent runs, but he was mostly neutralized, and we actually slowed y'all's running game down for the most part. It was mostly Caleb not even running like for yards. It was scrambling out of the pocket and Caleb beating us with his arm in the fourth. And Love, it was mostly Love doing damage in the first half.
Yeah. I think the one thing I think especially with like the short passing game too, Monangai especially, is like just an extension of the running game. But I think in terms of like pure designed runs and everything like that, I think the score stopped us from going to it more than necessarily you guys specifically did. So if we can keep it even within like a 2-score game, then we can still run our regular offense as opposed to having to resort to throwing more too.
Okay. That's a good take, man. I'm really excited for this game. Let's see what Jason has to say.
It's going to be a good one.
The Bears are going to have trouble trying to stop Devontae and Puka Nacua. That is my concern. But you guys have Jalen Johnson back, right?
Yeah, Jalen's back, and Kyler's got full practices in now, as opposed to limited and then full. So,
okay, so Edwards is out for y'all. I'm looking at your injury report. The big injuries for you guys is Rome's questionable. You need him, and that looks like that's it. Terrell Smith is out, but that's your biggest one, right?
Yeah,
it's Rome if Rome can play.
Trapillo, but that's about it.
Oh yeah, that's right, Trapillo. Okay, and then for the Rams injuries. They got most of their horses, man. What I'm looking at.
They do. No, it's going to be a really good game.
If Rome can play, this is going to be full strength on full strength. I like it.
Yeah,
Jason, that's a good take. I do think that's the question. Can Jalen and your other corners can they slow down that two-headed monster? Because Devontae and Nacua, to me, were the best receiving duo in the league this year when healthy. Devontae's still got enough juice, even at 33 now. And Nacua, it's when they're both healthy, though. That's been an if. But at full strength, I think that's the best 1-2 punch in the league. I can't think of another one. I love Jefferson and Addison, but the quarterback play was so bad there. And I don't think Addison's as good as Devontae. Tyreek Hill's dropped off too much. I can't think of another one. Maybe Jamar Chase and T. Higgins.
That was going to be one of the two arguments I had. Yeah,
that's pretty freaking close. Like,
yeah,
I like y'all's receiving room. I think that could get pretty scary as Burton develops, and you have DJ Moore and you add Colson Loveland, but just the 1-2 receiver punch. I think that's my number one in the league.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, let's look. Best 1-2. We're using Google, people. This is a quality show. I'm just kidding. Okay, wait.
I would
Brown and
throw
Smith, but
Lamb and Pickens in there too.
Oh, you know what? That actually might be the best one. The way Pickens played this year.
Yeah,
that might be the best. The top thing I saw was Hill and Waddle, but not anymore. Chase and Higgins. Brown and Smith, but to me, I think Nakua and Adams beat them. I really do.
Yeah.
The Lions, St. Brown and Jameson Williams. But I don't think Jamo's even on that level. The Bucks guys were banged up this year.
Yeah, that's a good argument.
Cup has dropped off too much. I think Lamb and Pickens, I think you won there. But I think I would take Nakua and Devontae over Brown and Devonta Smith. I really do. So the only other two that compete are Chase and Higgins for me and the Cowboys duo.
Yeah.
That's it. So that's a scary duo. That's your biggest fear. But also the problem is they do have a running back. So you can't just focus on the passing game. And Stafford, when he's on, his arm is just still. I'm so impressed this guy can barely move and still freaking rocket that ball out.
Right.
Like the fact that he got better this year, and this might have been his best season at 37.
Right.
How many guys in NFL history have won a Super Bowl, been great, maybe been a top 5 MVP candidate once, and then they were top 2 MVP candidate in year 15 in NFL history? Rich Gannon doesn't count for me because he wasn't on Stafford's level before. Yeah. So I can't think of another dude that in some ways peaked at 37. It's wild, man.
Right. In terms of in year 15, you couldn't say that because obviously he didn't play that long. I would argue Warner.
Okay, that's fair, but I think the only reason, I like the Warner comp, although Warner peaked at 28, but he wasn't in the NFL. That's a good one. I'm trying to think of a guy that peaked at the same age as Stafford and had won a ring, but was never a top 5 MVP guy. And I'm stealing this from Bill Simmons. But I mean, like, legit, it's like it's hard to even make a list.
Yeah.
Because Stafford's always been good.
Right.
But I think he has one top 5 MVP finish before this season. And right now, it's pretty much him or Drake May for MVP.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, I don't know who's going to get it, but he's top 2 for sure.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to be McCaffrey.
No.
There's nobody else. It's not Josh
Taylor
Allen
was about like a month and a half ago.
But he just when Jones went out, so I agree with Jason. I think it is Stafford. May has an argument. I think why he's going to lose is the strength of schedule, which isn't his fault. But okay, so I think the question I have is, can you guys get pressure on? That's a struggle for you guys. Can you get pressure on Stafford? Can Sweat and the boys get there without blitzing?
Yeah, I think we can, because as much as Edwards is a huge loss, because that changes a lot of the matchups in in terms of our linebackers and stuff. I will say having DeMarco Jackson there really honestly lets Edmonds become more of that fifth rusher, and that's something that he does exceptionally well. I wouldn't put him necessarily quite on Clay Matthews' level, but he's not that far off of it either. And I think that's one that people have been like sleeping on a little bit because we've had to use him in coverage so much to let Edwards specifically focus on the run.
That's a good point,
Jackson's a better pure pass coverage than Edwards is. And so
Okay.
I think that's going to free Edmonds up to be a little more of like the involved around the line of scrimmage.
Good take, man. I like it. Seriously. Okay, so let's do you have any more defensive thoughts? I want to get your thoughts on how you're going to attack their defense. You got anything else for the defense before we pivot to Caleb
No,
and
I
your
should do
boys?
it.
So good stuff, dude. You're killing it. Seriously. You know your Bears. So now, how is Caleb, Roma Dunze, hopefully healthy? That's a
Yeah,
huge key.
that
DJ
is.
Moore, you got a squad here.
Mm-hmm.
DJ Moore, you guys start a little slow. How do you avoid that slow start, stay in this game in the first half, and get to the NFC Conference Championship? How do
Yeah.
you do that? How does Caleb, Ben Johnson, all the receivers, Colson Leveland's the one I'm worried about the most for the Rams because
Mm-hmm.
he's been balling, but you're running attack as well. How do you get that unlocked in the first half and win this game?
I would say make them at least respect the
This is a
run,
good point. We'll hit that in a
whether
second.
we're necessarily gaining like gash plays every time or whatever is one thing. We don't have to do that. But even if we're getting like 2 to 3 yards a carry for a while, they're going to at least have to keep playing it. And if you can keep, like, if you look at the losses that they have had this year in terms of what the opposing offenses did against them, if you can keep their front seven occupied with the run game, that secondary can be exploited. And that's by people that don't have the weapons that we do on the outside. Is
Oh,
like
I agree. Their
Carolina's
passing
got
attack
nowhere
is
near the weapons, and they beat them once and made it close the second time.
they almost did, and they really don't even. Their weapons aren't even close to y'all's. If
Yeah,
Rome is compromised, that does bring your whole thing down a notch. I think that's why our defense was able to come out lights out. The
yeah,
first, really the first 3 quarters, you guys weren't able to do much.
yeah,
You moved the ball a little, but it was pretty stagnant.
yeah,
But their pass D isn't great. Their run D is solid though,
yeah.
and they do get after the passer. They've got verse and they've got some. They're ninth in sacks in the league with 47. Their
Right.
rush D is 12th. Their pass D is 19th. It's solid though. They're a bend, but they don't break D. They're at points. They only give up 20 points a game. I think you guys got to keep it within 7 the way y'all play in the second half, and then I think you can edge them out.
Yeah,
I'm
I would
gonna
agree.
still. I'm leaning coaching edge, even though I love Johnson, you still got to give it to McVay. But this is
Yeah,
going to be another fun battle between Ben Johnson on the come up and McVay, who's won a ring, been to another Super Bowl, trying
right.
to get a last run with Stafford. Maybe
Yeah,
he's got another year or two, but trying to get one more out of Stafford before he retires.
yeah,
This is going to be a hell of a matchup between those two offensive minds.
it is.
That's one of my things. Even though I'm excited about the quarterback battle, that coaching battle is going to be great. Who do you give the edge to in this game?
Um, just purely from experience, McVay, in terms of like the intangibles and being able to motivate, I
Oh,
think that goes
Dad.
to Johnson.
All right, he gave it to Johnson too. I actually might give it to Johnson, especially if they can win. That's how you guys win this game.
Yeah,
That's some Caleb brilliance and some good defensive play. They need
yeah,
to play flag free ball. I agree. They do.
agreed.
And that was actually most of last week. So if that can
Yeah,
happen again in Chicago, that gives you
yeah.
guys a huge edge. Because
And
the
it
Rams,
was nice to actually finally have a flag-free game against you guys of all teams too, because it's been like 30 years in the making.
true story. Okay, so let's do predictions. Who wins and why? I'll go last. What you got?
Okay.
He does have a lot of energy.
I'm gonna I'm gonna take the Bears, but it's close. I'm gonna say like 27-24.
That's my score. And I'm going to be really honest with you, dude. Taking bias out of it, because I like to try to do that. I'm mad at y'all.
Yeah.
I legit think you guys can win this game. I think I'm going to go
Hmm.
Rams, though, 27-24. I think it's going to be a close one. I'm going to take
Okay.
the same score, Rams, but I would not be shocked in the slightest if you guys win. The
Yeah.
Rams are going to have to play better than last week or they're going home.
Yeah, definitely.
Carolina, I know Carolina beat them once. They're a tough squad. There's no reason the Rams playing at their best should even be in a game in the playoffs with the Panthers. And
Yeah.
it took every ounce of Stafford greatness to win.
Yeah.
They can't do that this week. They
No.
did, but not a lot, Jason. It was fairly flag free for a while, actually.
Yeah. I want to say we ended up with like 3 total, and 2 of those were in the first
Oof.
half.
I think Jason's still upset. He had a good question before we pivot really quick. One Packer thing.
Yeah.
Do you think this is true? I think
No.
that Tomlin, because he's still under contract, would require compensation.
Yeah, they're not going to do that.
I mean, they could.
I was thinking that
for the right price,
it was going to be with John Harbaugh, if anything.
Okay.
But no, Tomlin, I don't see doing that, because it would be one thing if he was fired, then I think he'd want to go, okay, I'm going to stick it to you and prove it. He's the one that chose to walk away from the job. That's not the same thing, and I think he needs that year or so off first.
I think so too. I agree with that. That's a good take, dude. Seriously, good stuff. All right, man. Let's pivot to the other games. We got. I was hoping to keep it a little over an hour because I know we started late. All right. So you cool if we hit in order? You cool if we hit the Broncos Bills game?
Yeah, I can do that. Just had one other final thought on the Bears, and then we will go to the other ones.
Yeah. No. What else you got, man? We don't have to rush it.
Yeah. The other thought was, I know like the Rams have been doing really well with like the sacks and stuff. Top 3 for sure. I think Caleb actually has the top sack avoidance rate by a quarterback in the league.
Ooh, that's interesting. Okay.
So I think it's him and Josh Allen were like 1 and 2.
Oh, I see. So that's going to be interesting. I'm wondering. I think whichever team can get more pressure in your game is going to win. But the Rams are pretty good at Stafford. Is pretty good at getting rid of the ball quickly too, even though he can't move much anymore. So that's gonna be interesting. I think this is pretty much a done deal. I'm gonna be surprised if he goes anywhere other than the Giants.
Yeah.
Which I gotta. You know what? Can we hit that really quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
What are your thoughts on the Giants on that? Do you like it?
That's a phenomenal hire for them. I mean,
right?
Getting them with.
Oh my gosh!
And especially if Scatterbo comes back at all, they're going to be a team to watch next year.
With that defensive front, with Malik Neighbors, and if they can keep Wandale, you got 2 receivers, but Neighbors is special. If he can come back healthy, if you can keep Scatterbo and Dart from getting hurt and keeping their heads on and not getting concussions, if you can coach those 2 up, I don't know if it would be the Patriots jump. But I would be shocked to see the Giants in the playoffs next year.
Yeah, agreed.
If they have a good draft and good free agency, oh my gosh. There's so much potential there. With that division, with the Cowboys, I know they've got an offense, but they're floundering. The Eagles are up and down. The Commanders, who knows? There's so much room for 5, 6, 7, 8 more wins. No joke.
Oh, easy. Yeah.
Like, if Dart's actually good, and he looks like he could be, it's just keeping him healthy. But I think, Jason,
that was the funny thing I'd seen, because I was watching Tom Grosky's like the reaction stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
And he had this good. Now, can we please teach Jackson Dart how to slide?
For real. That's it. Can you teach him how to slide? Can you teach him how to slide? Exactly.
Right.
That is exactly it. All right, let's you got anything else on the Bears? If you do, we can throw it in a minute. All right, Bills Broncos. I'm really excited about this game. I'm gonna go. I haven't decided if I'm gonna watch it at home or Chili's. It was my aunt's favorite team. She was a Broncos fan. Trying to remember, she died 2 years ago, so she didn't even get to see Bo Nix. She saw Sean Payton there though. And what they've done, this is another team to me like Chicago. I'm not sure if they're ready right now, but I believe. Let me see. I think the Bills favored Rams. Okay, so my dogs wants out. I'm not letting her out until after. The Broncos are favored by only 1. Hey, shh. The Broncos are favored by 1 over the Bills. 37 degrees, 30-30 game. It's going to get colder as it goes. Let me see the weather. Have you heard anything on the weather on that game?
I haven't, but I mean, it's not like we're talking about a team coming up from Southern California, for instance, either. This is Buffalo. Yeah, I'm not as worried about it.
The altitude really does matter.
Yeah.
breezy but mostly clear. So it's just gonna be a chilly, no big
Yeah.
weather. This one's a heck of a game. I think Denver's clearly the better team, but this
Yeah.
Buffalo team's interesting. Looking at the stats, they're not only the Bills are fourth in offense, they're only 13th in passing, but they've got the number one rushing attack with James Cook, the
Hmm.
rushing leader. They have Josh Allen. I question the receivers, though, but they're also, if you didn't know this, and it's because of the run D, they're first in pass defense in the NFL.
Yeah.
They're
Which
28th
that
in
came
rush
out of
D.
nowhere.
Yeah, I know. They're passing. I question if the pieces around Allen are enough because the run D is terrible and the receivers aren't super reliable. So are those going to be letdowns? Even though I want to for my aunt, I think Josh Allen guts this one out barely.
Yeah. No, this seems like one of the ones where it's close and he just finds a way to do it
Yeah,
somehow.
yeah, that's
And
what I was leaning.
especially you brought up like the altitude or whatever. Obviously, that helps with like kicking and stuff like that.
It
But you're
does.
putting someone with Josh Allen's arm talent in a thing where the ball goes farther to begin with.
I
If
agree.
Shakir can even just once get behind whoever's covering him, that's 7 right there every time.
Pretty much, and that's what I think. I just don't trust Knicks. Like, how good is he? Like for real? Like he
One way
looks
to find out.
decent. I mean, that's it. We're gonna find out. This is the game. The Bills
Yeah,
do have a rushing attack. They're not terrible receivers. I don't love them though, but they're not
no,
that great. But they still have Josh Allen, the best pass defense in the league, and the rushing leader. I wonder if it's enough to get a Super Bowl, but he really doesn't. I mean, he has excuses, but there's no Patrick Mahomes. There's no Lamar Jackson in the AFC.
yeah,
There's some squads though. This is the year I want to see Josh Allen get to a Super Bowl. It's
agreed.
an inexperienced Denver team, talented as heck though. That defense is
Yeah,
legit. They
yeah,
not only are first in sacks in the NFL, they're second in rushing, second in total yards, only seventh in passing, so they're good there. Third in points. It's not Houston, but this defense is good.
yeah,
So good. Can
yeah.
Josh Allen and James Cook and those receivers, can they score enough points is the question.
Right. I think like the one thing where people sleep on Buffalo's receivers, and rightfully so, because it's not like they're serviceable, but I wouldn't say they even have really a clear cut number one, honestly. Um, but I would say they have, in terms, especially now that both of them are healthy,
Hmm.
they have probably a top 3 tight end room in the league, and people tend to forget on
Oh,
that.
oh, I agree. That's a good point, man. Very good point. The Denver D scares me, and Peyton, I really love him. And McDermott, even though he's a good coach, this is where he tends to struggle in the playoffs. Although, I mean, it's hard to like indict a guy for falling short to Mahomes. It's
Yeah,
like, uh, this guy's from Bears Country Productions. He's hilarious. Um, it,
excellent.
yeah, we got Bears fans in. I love that he's watching though. I appreciate it. He's a good guy. Um, you can't. It's like losing to. It's like for Peyton Manning losing to Tom Brady
Right.
and Belichick. It's going to be hard to do that. Uh, I don't blame him for picking the Bears. I think I think the Bills edge them out. I agree with Jason. I don't think it's going to be that distant though. I think
No.
we got another one score game. I think they
Yeah.
win. I think it's going to be low scoring. I'm going to go 24-20.
Okay.
What you thinking?
Um, think I'm gonna actually go right around there. Um, but I think there's a 2-point conversion at some on both sides that comes into play, so I'm gonna go like 25-22.
uh okay, I like it. So you're picking Bills or Broncos? I
Bills.
want to pick I want to pick the Broncos for my aunt. He's
Yeah.
got me fooled. He's funny. Um okay, before we pivot, he'd be surprised if Tomlin, I would too. I think Tomlin's taking a break.
Yeah.
It's not happening. If it
No.
happens, it would happen next year, but LaFleur wants years, and I hope it doesn't happen. So Bills, Broncos 2023. I like it. So we got unanimous Bills. All right, let's go to the other Saturday night game. Sorry, that's something in my mouth. All
You're
right.
good.
Wait. We did Bills Broncos. Okay, Saturday night. We got 2 more. 49ers Seahawks. Seahawks are favored by 7. The 49ers just lost Kittle. Warner's
Right.
not coming back. They're down Bosa. But they've got some grit, man. Do you think they can pull it out, or do you think the Seahawks win? What are your initial thoughts?
I really want to say yes because it gets us into their home game if they do. But without Kittle, no, because that was the one area where Seattle's defense was vulnerable, and that's a huge weapon to lose.
It is, man. He's the heart and soul of that offense, I think.
Yeah, without him, I just don't see it. I mean, Juszczyk could come up and surprise people, and he's a great football player. Don't get me wrong, but he's not a dynamic weapon like Kittle is in
That's the
terms of like
problem.
the breakaway speed or after contact balance and stuff like that.
So that's where I'm like, I don't know, man. I just don't know if the 49ers have enough. I've doubted this team for a while though, and they keep freaking finding ways to win. So it's like,
I
I
was
don't
going
know,
to say,
man.
you of all people should never doubt that team.
Shanahan's getting the most out of him. You got to be impressed with what he's
Yeah.
doing with like just McCaffrey and Purdy's good, but just really McCaffrey and Purdy, and then decent receivers on offense. They continue to have a legit passing attack. Purdy is 6. Their rushing attack isn't even that great, even with McCaffrey. Um, their defense is solid, not great, but solid.
Yeah,
I worry that Seattle D is pretty damn good, though. That's
they
my
are.
concern. They're first
Yeah.
in points. They bend a little, but not a lot.
Yeah.
They're pretty damn good. They create havoc. That's something the 49ers don't do. I got to pick an upset. I actually think Darnold's
Well,
going to blow this. I think Darnold's going to blow it.
technically
I'm going to pick the
speaking,
49ers. I'm going to pick the 49ers. There's just something in my gut, even though I should pick Seahawks. There's something about Darnold I just don't trust. I'm going to have to see this guy
yeah,
get to a conference championship or win a big game to believe it, because he just never has.
yeah,
And I know
that's
it doesn't
fair.
just fall on him. McDonald's been awesome, but I massively, massively trust Shanahan in this situation over McDonald. I'm with Foster. I know I should pick him, but Tongs is good, or Tong is, however you say his name.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go San Fran. I don't know why. I've got a weird feeling.
yeah, I could see it, and yeah, it definitely wasn't like a shot at Tongue is at all. But having done it in the regular season and having done it in the playoffs are two very different things.
I agree. That's the biggest reason.
Yeah. Oh man, I've been going back and forth on this one all day myself. Because like I said, obviously the 49ers winning benefits the Bears too, so I'm trying not to let that be the determining factor in my pick here.
Yeah, that's fair.
Um,
Take your bias
I
out.
think
What do you think?
Seattle just finds a
Removing
way
removing
somehow,
bias.
but I think it's one score again. I don't think that's going to
I
be
agree.
7.
I agree. I think this is going to be like they win on a field goal at the end. I'm gonna
Yeah,
go. I'm gonna go. I don't know. Purdy seems to be good enough for 25 points a game. I'll go 20. I keep picking the same scores. 26-23.
okay.
I almost want to go
Um,
even lower. They do. They have all the experience. It matters in games like this. And it's a divisional game. Who
yeah,
won this season? Let me see. Did they split? I got to see. Did they split this season? So 49ers played. They
I
lost the
want.
Seahawks 13-3, that last one.
Mm-hmm.
And they lost 17-13 in the opener. So
Okay.
they, oh, no. The 49ers won the opener. And they lost the
17-13.
finale. They lost the
Okay.
finale. Okay. So they split.
I'm gonna take Seahawks 21-18.
It's fair. I get it. Seahawks 28-17. This was a split, 2-2. Okay. I like it. Last game, we got plenty of time, but let's hit this
Yeah.
last one. And any final thoughts?
Okay. I actually did have one question with the Niners here for you.
Yeah,
Because obviously you bring so taking the tight ends for both teams out of it, whose receiving room would you rather take right now, 49ers or Buffalo?
probably the 49ers. Isn't that sad?
Interesting. Okay.
I mean, I like Tonges and Pearsall's solid. And even though you love Josh Allen, what's up, Andy? Hey, Andy, he's fun. Bears, he picked the Bears. I like it. He's a good guy. The NFL data guy. He's great. Good pitcher too, man. I like that. He's a great guy. I should have reached out to you to hop on too with me and Peter. That would have been cool. Buffalo easily. 49ers room, man. I just don't like the Bills room. I mean, the tight ends are all right. It's really just Jason's talking smack. I like it. Now here we go. Here we go.
Yeah,
She's
it
a
worked out
Packers fan.
well last
You're with
weekend
a
too,
Packers
Jason.
fan? Oh my gosh, you must have so much hatred in that house. I hope you all love each other. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. How come Andy is not in Bears Country production? Yeah, I agree. Yeah, this is fun. We got if the Bears. I do want to say this: if the Bears win, we need to do a big show next week for the conference championship. I'll plan it, but let's see what happens. But if they win, I think that'd be cool. But
Sounds good.
this Seahawks game, man, I think this could be the closest one of the weekend. They've split.
Yeah.
I'm gonna unless Seattle just does their thing, which they've done a lot. I'd be surprised if it's more than 10. Although the 49ers,
same.
the Kittle loss might be too much, but I don't know. I think Shannon finds a way to keep it close at least. So
Agreed.
and Foster said it. CMC has been great. They probably won't.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk this last one. This one's fun. Houston Texans have done this in the wild card a few times now.
Right.
3 times in a row, they just smack that team around, and then they come out flat in the divisional. Is this the year they get over the hump after just destroying the other team defensively and just on offense too, but their defense plays great? Or do they have another letdown in New England?
It's going to be really interesting because normally revenge games work in favor of like the offensive player because they know where they're going in it and stuff. But Stephon Diggs has to go against a defense from a team that he let down last season.
True.
They're going to be livid with him.
True.
And honestly, and we were talking about like this with the Bills and to some level the 49ers rooms too. If they like focus on neutralizing Diggs in terms of pass catching, I don't know that New England has a real great second option there.
They don't. They just find a way. That's the weird thing. They just keep finding a way. They're a weird team. Let me get to that one. Hold on. Drake May just keeps figuring this out with great coaching. Somehow they're fourth in passing, and I do know their receivers, but I don't even know all their receivers. And that's what's wild. Like they're such a weird team where it's like Stevenson's decent. I love Travion Henderson. But Diggs, unless he's balling, they don't really have anybody that scares you. Hunter Henry's okay. They've got, that I think it's Kyle Williams is starting to hit deep. But it's Drake May. That deep ball is special. This guy, you want to talk about a young quarterback? Caleb's definitely got it. He does. And if he continues to improve, he's going to be scary. Drake May, the fact that the Patriots had Tom Brady and now they have May.
Right.
It's just not fair. This guy is special, dude.
Yeah, he is.
Like this is the one where I think unless the Houston Texans D just plays lights effing out, which they can, I think New England figures it out. I do. In New England.
No, and like the thing I love about me, like we've had the whole character discussion and how much or how heavily I weigh that and everything. But both him and Stroud seem like such just genuinely awesome people too.
I agree. There's just something with Stroud, talent-wise. It's there, but it's missing something. It sort of reminds me of Love, where you see it at times, and you know he's good, but something's missing. And he seems like a great guy, you know?
Yeah,
It seems similar. And he's flashed massive potential like that rookie
right.
year. Love flashed a lot this year. And in that, that stretch, his first year starting, it was his fourth year. But that first year starting, he flashed a lot down the stretch, beat the Cowboys in that playoff game.
Yeah,
But since that rookie year, Stroud is like not been the same dude. The offensive
yeah.
line sucks. They always have the receivers banged up. I get it.
Hmm.
But at some point, some of it falls on him, you know?
Yeah, no, it definitely can fall on him. The unfortunate thing is, I think this was like as good as Drake May has played or whatever. I think this really was Houston's chance this year, and to not have Tank Dell right now, I think is the determining factor in this matchup because they have him. I think they can go into New England and win.
Oh, I do
Without him,
too.
I don't know because Nico can't do it himself.
And Nico's out.
Yeah, so
Nico's out.
even more so then.
They already
Because
declared
now
him out,
Christian
I think.
Gonzalez doesn't have any one specific guy that he has to key on.
Let me see. Tank Dell's out, obviously. I know I saw it today. Yeah, Nico's out with a concussion, dude.
That's unfortunate. Yeah. Then and honestly, I don't think this falls on Stroud at that point. Then.
I mean, I like Higgins and Noel, but
Yeah, but they're not that.
no, they're not.
No.
Noel's I mean, they still have Christian Kirk, right?
They do, but if that's who Gonzalez is going to be shadowing the whole game now, that
And
basically takes him out.
Higgins is gonna have the ball out, man.
Yeah.
He really is. And Jalen Noel, I think he's.
Yeah, which I
I
mean,
thought of someone injured
crazy
report, but he's
things
not. He's
can
fine.
happen in the playoffs, but I don't know.
He's picking Pats. I'm picking Pats just because I don't trust the Texans' offense. I
Yeah,
don't.
it would be
Their
different if they
offense is
had either
so.
one of their top two. But
Yeah. They've got, I mean, like occasionally Woody Marks has a good game and Stroud does, but their offense is pretty mid. They're
yeah,
13th in points, 19th in yards, whereas New England's second in points, fourth in yards, and they're balanced. New England can hit you both ways. I know the Texans D is great on both levels, but so is the New
right.
England offense. They're fourth in passing, sixth in rushing. They're sixth in time possession. The Texans are good at holding the ball. They just don't score much. They're 22nd rushing. I think that's going to hold them back. Whereas on
Yeah.
D, New England's D is good. People forget this. They're fourth in defense in points.
Mm-hmm.
They're right behind Houston. Houston's first in the NFL. New England is eighth. So you're looking at two damn good defenses. The only difference is the Texans D get sacks and they get picks. So that's how they're going to have to win. It's going to be the defense carrying the day.
Yeah.
And I just don't think it's going to get it done, New England.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't be surprised.
May's been too good.
And Stroud hasn't been. And I think that matters.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just the quarterback, but that matters in the playoffs. And
yeah.
I'm going.
I guess like the one and only real counterpoint I would have to that is, I mean, May's been good where Stroud hasn't or whatever, but Stroud's at least done it in the playoffs before and knows what it feels like to be there.
I agree.
And May's coming in with the first game being a lot easier of one than what Houston had in terms of the matchup, at least.
Fair enough. So you're going.
I think the Patriots win, but I think it's going to be another real close one. Because I think Houston finds a way to at least put up some level of points, even if it's like using the backs in the passing game more.
Kirk's been good. He's gonna have to play his absolute best. And New England,
yeah,
like you said, New England's got that one. They can shut down. I don't know, man. They've got what they can shut down Houston's best option, and it's not that scary.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
They don't, man. May's been balling, dude.
Yeah.
I think he gets the conference championship. I really do.
I'm gonna go 28-20 Patriots.
So if we're picking Patriots, I'm also picking the Patriots. I'm gonna go 24-13. I think this is the only double-digit game. I don't think Houston I just don't think they score enough points. So I'm giving New England 11. 2-score game. They can't all be 1 score. I mean, they could, but it's rare.
Yeah.
Well, I want to do one thing really quick, and then we can hit the comments. And
Cool.
they had Eric Kramer on. You're gonna love that. I have to hit that really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Bears Country Productions, awesome show. Um, if we're both, yeah, Kirk did have his best game. If we're both picking Patriots and Bills in the AFC Conference Championship, the divisional game, who goes to the Super Bowl? Because I think the Bills do.
Oh boy. Wow, I hadn't even thought about that.
I think Josh Allen figures it out.
Yeah, I
mean, he's
think he
banged up.
knows this is his chance too.
It's his shot. I think he's too great of a player to
Yeah.
not get there.
Yeah.
I think he gets it done. As good as New England is, I love Vrabel. I love May. I wouldn't be shocked if they did pull it off, but I'm going Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I picked Rams 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
I pivoted. I was going to go Seahawks. I picked Rams 49ers. You picked Bears Seahawks. Who goes to the Super Bowl?
Oh, this one's agonizing.
Take your homerism out of it.
Yeah, I know. No, if that's the matchup, I think Seattle finds a way to. Even just being at home, I think gives them like the edge there. And it goes back in like the speed matchup because JSN's straight up faster than Puka is, and that's like the one type of receiver that we really struggle against right now.
True.
And I think their defense is better than what the Rams is too, and I think that's the deciding force in that matchup. In terms of the Bills Patriots one, I think the Bills do. I would feel different if they hadn't been able to come back and win that second game in the regular season against the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's hard, especially with a rookie quarterback, to beat the same team twice in the season, especially when the legacy of the other team's quarterback is hanging in the balance on him at least getting to the Super Bowl this year.
I mean, May is in the second year, but it's almost like a rookie. I agree, because last year was a wash with terrible coaching. Mayo, the upgrade from Mayo to Vrabel has been wild.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Rams, Bills, Super Bowl. I think the Rams get there.
Okay.
I don't think the 49ers can beat the Rams. I don't even know if they can beat the Seahawks, but I don't think they can beat the Rams or the Bears if the Bears win. I don't think the 49ers have enough. I could be wrong. I love the heart they play with. I just think talent matters, and I think they're at a talent deficit against all other 3 teams in the NFC.
So I would argue if they can beat the Seahawks, then they can beat the Rams easier.
Oh, I mean, that's probably true. I trust Stafford and McVay too much. And that
that's fair.
And the receiving duo. I think they're going to get their crap in gear. I do.
Yeah.
Something about the Panthers that gave them fits. There's always that team. I think the Rams are going to come out. They blew it against Seattle last time, and if they get Seattle next week, if it's Rams Seahawks, I think the Rams are going to be pissed. They're going to go spank the Seahawks.
That's fair.
I do. I think it's going to be Rams and then either Pats or Bills.
Okay.
That's my thought.
Cool.
So who are you picking to win Super Bowl?
I really do, especially because of the respect I have for Josh Allen. I think and hope this is the year he gets it done.
Me too, man. Like, I worry that he's got too many talent deficits around him, but I'm hoping they figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, let's hit some comments, and then we can, if you got anything else, man. Otherwise, this was a lot of fun, dude. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. I missed doing it.
Yeah, man. Med is actually, before we hit the comments, Med's going to be coming on live next year, so we should try to plan maybe like a once-a-month deal. Sorry, I know we were planning, me and you. I've had so much family crap, dude. I haven't even been doing it regularly. So
yeah,
I'd love to have you on in the fall a bunch, man. Seriously.
Sounds good.
And if the Bears keep this run going, let's keep doing it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But Med's gonna join, and I might do 2 a week. I'm gonna be in Arizona. I'm pretty busy, so we'll see. But
okay.
Panthers covered good enough. They did. Ask Isaac about future guests. Oh, who do you got?
I was wondering when she was gonna pop in. we've actually reached out and got. We don't know the timing yet, but we're going to be talking with Rasul Douglas.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. He's good.
And then I've actually this one I don't know anything on yet because they haven't gotten back to me, but I've actually put feelers out to Matt Forte for Sports Spectrum as well.
That's cool. Y'all starting to show back up, or are you guys still going?
More so starting it back up. We took a pretty heavy hiatus. I'll message you later. I've had a lot of familial stuff going on too, in addition to the threat thing that I told you about.
Yeah.
So I've been kind of inactive with it this year, but
That makes sense. No worries.
yeah.
No worries. Very cool. That's a cool guest. I like it. Also, Foster, that's pretty sweet. You guys had Eric Kramer. Also,
Yeah,
all really
definitely.
cool stuff. Their show's great. If you haven't watched Bears Country Productions on Thursday nights, tell you what, let me grab the YouTube link. They're freaking awesome. Very cool. Like these guys rock.
Sweet.
Have you been on? You would love this show. I mean, they
No,
curse,
I
but
haven't. Thursday's
they're great.
also it would have to be like every other one at most because that's also the night that I have the community group stuff at church.
You should
Twice
go
a
check
month.
out their
So
YouTube after, man. They're
yeah,
the
we'll do.
freaking best. I'm putting in the comments so you can check it out later. And
Hit me up on Messenger with it too.
I got you. I'm sending it to you right now. They're freaking legit. I like to when I meet awesome people, I like to spread the word. So yeah, check them out. They're awesome.
Will do.
Yeah, of course, man. Foster, seriously, you guys, great show. Like, I mean, I'm mad we lost to y'all, but whatever, it's no big deal. And then Glenn Morgan popped in. That's freaking cool. I was impressed with the Panthers pivoting to that really quick before he leave, but I'm curious. I'm going to be watching the Rams closely this weekend. I'm going to watch all 4 games. That's the one I'm really curious. Not just about you guys. I'm curious how the Rams respond if they've got another gear that we saw at times this season. So he's going Rams versus Patriots. Rams win it all. I could see that too. My two teams I'm thinking are Rams or Bills. Bills deserve it. Allen did it for Super Bowl loss in a row. I agree.
Yeah.
If the 49ers come to Chicago, the Bears are in the Super Bowl. If the Bears go to
100%.
Seattle, they're going to have to kill someone, a certain receiver. I agree. I appreciate everybody in the comments. Before we leave, Peter, you got any final thoughts? Bears, anything at all? Floor is yours about the show with Mary. Anything, man.
Well, like I said, that one huge guest for sure, and I know I said this to you like jokingly and everything before we were starting, but just a friendly reminder to Packers fans that continue to say that the Bears aren't a good team and stuff like that. It's too late to move the goalposts anyway. That's going to help McManus because he just missed that one too.
Yeah, I did. I'm not ready to like completely dive into the Packers yet. I'm still mad, but if they bring that guy back, if they bring LaFleur back and the kicker, I'm gonna say it all off season. It's a massive mistake. I am personally done with LaFleur. I get bringing him back to all the people watching, but we cannot bring this kicker back. I'm done.
Yes, you can. He does
you
great.
Want us to bring LaFleur back. All Bears fans want us to because you guys know he's not the right guy to get it done. And honestly, if the Packers are going to stop being a mom and pop organization and actually coach to win, run the organization to try to win Super Bowls, I don't think LaFleur is it. It's hard to let go of guys that make the playoffs, but you need guys that can win in the playoffs. LaFleur's, hold on, let's see, what is it now? LaFleur's playoff record now is 3-6. Is it 3-7 now? Oh wait, I'm sorry. It's 3-7.
Yep.
I'm good. I'm good.
I
know we can
actually,
have a worse coach,
this was
but
one I wanted to ask because obviously
I'm
there's
done.
some crossover there. What is Rodgers' playoff record?
Not that great either, but at least he got to some conference championships. Rodgers. $12-11.
See,
I know.
it seems like that should be a lot higher for someone to be a first ballot. I mean, Eli's playoff record is better than that.
I agree. And, the other thing I got to say on LaFleur really quick is that second half coaching, if you take Staley out of it, and is it Dan Quinn, whoever was the Falcons head coach, both were 28-3. You take those two out, I can't think of a worse coach job in the second half of a playoff game this century. Give me one. Other than those two.
It's ironic you bring the Falcons one up too, because he was actually on the Falcons sideline as the offensive assistant for that game. Just saying.
Who was their head coach?
Dan Quinn.
Oh, what's Dan Quinn? Okay.
Yeah, but LaFleur was the offensive assistant.
So he's just really good at blowing leads. He looked panicked in the third, like he didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And it reflected on the whole team. And you know what? I'm good. I'd like to actually try to win a Super Bowl and have bigger aspirations with this team. It's got a lot of talent. I think we need a change. I do. I don't usually go there, but after that second half, I'm good. No thanks. And all Bears fans are like, no, resign him for 5 more years.
Absolutely.
That would be a huge mistake. You know it. I know it. The Packers, in their heart of hearts, have to know it. Let him go. Let him go.
Oh, no. We have very different definitions of the word mistake, I think. I think it would be a great idea, personally.
Exactly. You want us to continue to be ahead and blow it in the third and fourth quarter.
Pretty
I get
much.
it. Yes, because he almost did it 3 times this year. So that's true. Cutler blew that game for you guys. That was unfortunate. Yeah. He did. All right. Well, everybody, this was a fun show. I loved it. I tend to be back next week, maybe twice, but definitely Friday night. I will see you guys next week. I'll be on the shorts on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. I'm still on Twitter, even though it sucks. Go check out Peter and Mary's show. When I've got more information about the date, I'll let y'all know. But other than that, I appreciate everybody tonight. Fosters, thanks for watching. Jason in the comments, my dad, everybody else that was watching, Mac, everybody, appreciate you guys. And we will see you soon. Peter, thank you for your time, buddy. It was awesome, man.
Yeah, always, man. Whenever you need.
Appreciate you, man. See you guys. Later.